But I figured I got dressed up to record some content, so I might as well give you a little show. Okay? I haven't done kata in a while, so until people start clamoring for nunchucks, we're gonna do kata. Okay? She's chuckin. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. It's not part of the kata. What up? How's it going? It's going all right. How you doing, Shonen? It's good to see you. See, I always think about streaming horizontally, but I feel like 90% of people are vertical, you know? Hi. Hi. Right? I don't know. You tell me. How we doing, YouTube? Very fast? Oh, honey. It is late, and we're an hour and a half after filming, so, but thank you. Okay. It's like, I do like a fast here, and then this is super loose, right? There's just enough life in it to like give it structure, but I'm not like, right? It's like, and a lot of people do it like this. That's a lot of motion. I kind of like, it's like very Wing Chun coded, if you will. Right? Shisochin. I'm sure we stole this from, here. But essentially it's like kind of a guard splitting, right? Open up here. You get grabbed, and then 90% of karate blocks are about breaking a grip, right? Someone's got you here, and you like, so you do that. Here, arm bar, right? So you break the grip. Standing arm bar is the idea. Holden Caulfield. Any good shots to use in a box sparring? Master. I'm no master. I'm flattered. I like to be flattered. I'd like to be Emperor Palpatine. Any good shots using a box sparring? So it's boxing sparring is what you mean. Sure. I mean, it really depends on your style, right? So, what I find nobody does is double up on the lead hand, right? And then nobody expects this one to be a power shot, right? So a lot of times, and this is just my style, right? Get the light out of your way. 1, 1, 2, right? So this is kind of an advanced concept, right? But instead of going 1, 2, right? I go one, and then it's kind of like a check hook, right? But instead of going to the side, I kind of go forward. So I go hip and shoulder forward, and then turn more into it, bam, and you get this super short button hook, pop, that you can throw, pop, bap, right? So you just kind of open things up here, come around the side. Highly recommend that. Also, I like to, this is just me personally, I like to use my crossing hand as sort of a probe, right? Because my range here is very different from my lead hand. So you get people used to, like, this is your end range, this is where they're touching you, you get really square. They kind of get used to that, and then they kind of forget you have that extra, you know, range. I don't have style, I'm beginner 1 month. Okay. Oh, it's hello. Okay, so what I would recommend if you're a beginner is get your elbows to your ribs. Okay, so you're gonna have to punch, which means you leave your ribs. But then as soon as, a lot of people think up here, right? But this can be here. I'm heavily exaggerating. But if you think pin your elbows to your ribs, you will always be in like a very protected place here. And when your elbows are resting on your ribs, you're not holding your guard up, right? Which your shoulder, if you're a beginner, your shoulders probably burn. So you want to rest, at least I try to be efficient. I rest my triceps on my rib cage, and then I just kind of like curl my hands up. So my shoulders are like not working at all, right? So I'm here, I'm easy, right? I'm protected in case someone tries to come up this way. I've got a little elbow to kind of discourage that, right? Boom. Here, and then glue it back. Glue it back, right? You fire your shot, elbow first. Because if someone's trying to get around you, you want to get that here. And then your hand ends up by your face anyway, right? Would you recommend flexibility training for any style? It really depends. I mean, if you were a boxer and you're built like Mike Tyson, flexibility is not really going to help him so much, right? He maximizes like rigidity, stiffness to just deliver maximum power, right? If that's your style, then you don't need flexibility as much. If you don't kick high, that being said, it's always good to stretch and remain mobile. You know, you can go a long time accumulating like slow buildup and slow imbalances, and then you don't realize you're messed up, you know, until a year down the road. You're welcome, Holden. Let me know if you have any other questions. The other thing I would tell you is the biggest thing that's going to help you in sparring is controlling your breathing, right? The problem, when you're shadow boxing, you can like, you're planning everything. So you can plan your breathing as easy as you want it to be. When someone's firing at you, right, and you have to react, you have to breathe out so much, it like interrupts your breathing, and a lot of people forget, right? You start firing and you hold your breath because you're going. So you got to remember to breathe with everything, right? So like the way I do it is I go in through the nose, out through the mouth. So it'll be something like this. And I might inhale on a strike, right? Probably not my power shot. I'm going to want to exhale for maximum, right, power. But maybe if I'm setting him up with a jab, I can use that to boom, to, right? So that's next level thinking. You'll get there eventually, but just remember to breathe and not breathe throughout. You have to take short little breaks, right? And you don't go ga 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 ga. No one does that, right? You fire in short bursts, you breathe in short bursts. What training do you recommend for kicking? It depends. Oh, it's KP. Nice to see you again. Everything is well. How are you doing? What have you been up to? How's your training going? For kicking, it really depends on what you want, right? Taekwondo is like maximum precision and like style and like variety from every angle. It's a bit much, but if you want it, they're like the masters of kicking, right? Power is going to be like Muay Thai. Kickboxing is pretty good. It really depends, right? If you want a few solid options, Muay Thai, kickboxing. If you want a bunch of fancy options like the hook kicks and the question marks or the spinning kicks, maybe karate, right? That'll give you a little more hands. If you don't want hands or you already got them, you could do Taekwondo for like 6 months, pick up enough skills, and plug it into whatever. But if you want to blast people and like cripple them, then probably something like Muay Thai. Probably something like Muay Thai. See, holding how I'm breathing? I mean, this is kata, but it's still like, breathing is like a big consideration. And then it's here, right? Yeah. Oops. I get caught sometimes. See in here, you have to contract your muscles pretty, like, explosively, but it's only at the very beginning, right? And then I just give it enough breath at the very end. Here, let me see if you can see me. Oops, did that wrong. Okay, move this way a little bit. Four of those. And then this sequence. Oops, no, we go back. That's right. I haven't dusted this cut off in a while. But I've won many tournaments with it. Whoop. Here. Oh, man. Okay. Kakyuke. One question, is the person stronger? What? I don't understand. KP, Taekwondo's pretty good for kicks. Ooh. We don't talk like that. My power level over 9,000? I don't know. I'm waiting for them to bring me the little reader. I'd like to think so, but I know I'm biased, so I feel like if I say, of course, like everyone thinks they're smart, right? Oh, Mr. Boston, come on now. How's that going to help you in a fight? It won't. This isn't practicing for fighting. Right? Normally, if I was going to fight, it would be something up here. And, we'd be talking, and then I just kick you in the face from the front. Actually, I probably wouldn't even kick you in the street, right? It'd be something like here. Oh, sir, please, I don't want to kiss you. Bam! 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 The thing is, Mr. Boss, I'm not going to show these comments. So, and honestly, they're, I get a lot worse. So, whatever. Okay, okay. Let's finish the kata. Give the haters something to seethe over, right? Right, you can do this to the back. One reason I win in a lot of tournaments is because I use my hips. Right? The hip gets involved. And then number 5 is the end. I didn't like that. You gotta like release right before you move suddenly. Okay, and then you turn. Mikazuki Geri, the least practical kick in the world. You do this like you grab my arm and I'm gonna, bam! But then, Suparimpe. Legendary hypothetical scenario. Exactly. What are the tournaments scored by? You know, for like kata tournaments, it's obviously going to be, do you know the kata? Do you perform all the techniques the way they're supposed to? Right? Do you remember where all the key eyes are? Do you lose your balance? Things like that. Then the next level is performance, right? So anyone can like, there's a difference between like, hand shodan. That's how everyone trains it, and it's awful. Okay, but you need to like perform it like you're actually doing this shit, and you're not. But you gotta sell it, right? So you gotta move with urgency, right? And even the beginning, right? So it's like hand shodan. You obviously don't give a shit, right? Hand shodan. You see, when you commit, it's a little more believable, right? This dude 100% would get his ass kicked. Well, it's too bad you're not a doctor. You're incredible, Miyagi. Chojin Miyagi. Okay? Part of my black belt test was I had to do this kata while people kicked me in the groin. And I had to literally defend it with my leg muscles. I know that's the first place you're going, Tomo, okay? That's dope. Good shit. Doctor knock, doctor, get a grip. I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't need to be able to kick you in the eyeball. I just have it in case the news shows up and I need to clown. You know what I mean? Bam! Oh, you would get your asshole completely kicked out of your throat. You got to get to it first, buddy. It's right here. I shaved it for you today. Okay, I don't want you to hurt your hands when you try and get yourself off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to chill. The first thing people say when they come in here is, that's not good for fighting. You know, I was a professional Latin ballroom dancer. It's not good for fighting, but it got me a lot farther in life than some people on YouTube. One punch and lights out. Yeah, I've done hard sparring. I've done Muay Thai, Krav Maga, kickboxing. I've gotten my bell rung. I've eaten and given liver shots. Okay, you're very late to the game. Buddy, I've been taking kickboxing for 10 years. Then I got you beat. I've been doing martial arts for over 20. See, the number doesn't matter, right? Because I could be sitting here dicking around for 20 years, and you could do it for 3 years and be a pro. Throwing around the numbers doesn't really mean anything, right? If you got to tell me you're the king, you're the alpha, and you got to repeatedly tell, you're not the king, man. I'm a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It took me 12 years to get a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, it took me, let's see, 6 or 7 to get my first black belt. I'm just playing, brother. Oh, I am no stranger to the hate, okay? It's, good evening, Anthazar, hello. This man bought his belt from Temu, ha 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 ha. Not true. The fact that you know what belts look like on Temu, though, tells me. Buddy, I fight in MMA. I would literally kick the fucking shit out of you. Yeah? Then I would press charges and sue you for everything you have and ruin the rest of your life. See, everyone likes to play the kick-ass game, but you don't live in the real world, right? I'm not gonna have my nunchucks or anything like that with me. I'm gonna have a cell phone and I'm gonna record your ass and then I'm gonna put it on YouTube, okay? Mick, whatever, if you're so proud of yourself, I encourage you, post some videos. Shonen got his black belt by defeating me, and I'm the real deal. So tuck your tail between your legs and run away, little Tomo. Tomo. See, what I've learned after fighting for so many years is that the people that can really kick your ass, they just spend all day fucking talking about it, right? Running the mouth, right? Strickland, Poirier, Holloway, all they do is talk about how much ass they can kick because they really need you to believe it. I see right through you guys. Bro played rock, paper, scissors lawsuit. Yeah, man. Look, just because you could oh, you got 50 pounds on me, or you can tear my MCL. Great, you cripple me and prevent me from making money, then I'm gonna go after, that's gonna ruin your life. To prove a point to someone you do not respect. You gotta work out the cognitive dissonance at some point, man. It's gonna give you ulcers, okay? Rex Kwando, hell no. What is that? Groin pull? Something like that? Upside down, ba-da-ba-do, right side up. Andrew Tate, it took 25 minutes. Good old dick twist. Well, hey, here's the thing. If you get to use dick twists, you're assuming that I have not trained extensively in twisting it, bopping it, and pulling it, okay? Ask Anthazar, all right? The haters have come in. Here we go with the Tate comments. You're too funny. Listen, McDojo, sir. All right? I come from a line of Scots myself. All right? Brulee. This Bruce Lee stuff doesn't work, unfortunately. I want it to, but it just doesn't. Like, I'm going to hurt myself doing this, striking my hand. I'm German-Irish. Ah. Thanks for the so appropriate shout out. Listen, Anthazar, I know what you're here for. And don't think I don't very much respect the fact that you ask me martial arts interesting questions as well, okay? That's very nice. You pepper them in so it's not constant, you know? It's a very nice balance, very considerate. I'm Batman from India. What part of India? I've only been to Mumbai. It was awesome. It was crazy. It was a culture shock, but it was dope. Elephant Island, we saw the monkeys, right? All of the monkeys on Elephant Island, they part their hair down the middle. And like one monkey stole a water bottle, ran over to his friends, he unscrewed it and it like poured out. And then this big ass monkey like grabbed him by the hair and was like, "You stupid," and like hit him. Little monkey ran away, fixed his hair. So fucking funny. I appreciate you, brother. I'm just fucking joking with you. I'm a brown belt and do MMA. You'd be surprised at the people who very much have something to prove. I'm not mad. I would love to spar with you, to be honest. And here, everyone sees the gi, and everyone's like, "Oh, so you're gonna fight, you know, like this." Nah, man. I've seen too many. I've been hit too many times. No way. Okay. I fight very square. I like to throw the lead front kick, the lead roundhouse, foot sweep. I'll sweep the hell out of people. Okay. Everyone likes the flashy head kicks. Oh, you know, makes the great picture. You put it up on Instagram. I get it. But it's way funnier for you to just whoop and someone to eat shit and then they got to like get up. Also from South Mumbai, hell yeah. Glad you noticed. Keeping it M.A. Eduardo. Anthazar beat you tonight. You love me. Brazil, Brazil. Boys, you know I love you both, okay? It's not a competition. Okay. But like I fight very much like off the lead side, lead kicks, lead hands. I'll do like a really snappy lead hook. Pop! Pop! Very fun, right? Usually move out. And again, if I'm doing like a kickboxing scenario, this is a great time to sweep the leg. It's there. Inside thigh kicks, right? Make them nervous that they're gonna, you know, get a vasectomy. I love this home. Anthazar is number one. What do you eat for breakfast? It really depends. I wait a little bit to eat. So I wake up and I have tea within the first hour, and then maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours in, I'll have something like oatmeal, almonds, berries. Sometimes I'll do like a half a bagel with cream cheese. I eat kind of light in the morning and then I build over time. So as normal, I should have eaten dinner, but instead I chose to stream and get attention from everybody. Sweep the leg. It's true. It's true, Anthazar. It's like some guy spends 50 years learning, you know, martial arts, and then you do this in the eyeballs, and now he can't see, and then you kick him in the nuts, and then you... Right? McMenamins, what is your preferred attack style? Close quarters? We talking you a blocker? You a dodger? Right? What's your height? I am 5'8". The perspective is strange because of the camera. Checked out Luke Rockhold's question mark kick? Yeah, He does like it's like 270 degrees. It's like the most circular whip. It's bonkers. It feels like, I mean, honestly, it works, right? But it look like the way it looks, it's like that's too much. You know, it's just like too like whoop, crazy. Very good suggestion. I was shocked. The first short that came up, it's like that dude's like a ballet dancer, you know? Well, it's almost like a Brazilian where it comes like down. Again, bonkers. Is it because he's taller? I don't know. I can kick over my own head. If I go up on the ball, I can get like a knee to about head level. Oh, Swing Chun Philosopher. Good to see you. I was just talking about one of the katas I was practicing. Shisochin. We have this movement where it's a lot of people teach it like this, but it's really kind of like that. Feels straight out of Wing Chun. You gotta tell me, right? Boom, and then there's like a grip break into a standing arm bar. Very neat. But yeah, it feels it like, and the way you get it fast and the way you do it right is you like, it's an attack, right? See, I've been watching your videos. I've been watching. Hello again. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Hook. Boom. 5'8" comes in average, or more than average according to European countries. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've fought people that were like 6'6", 6'7", and lost because they have like this much space where they can kill me and I can't do anything, you know? Some people are just larger. KP, I was trained by Master Ken. We always finish our opponent with a stomp to the groin. Exactly. Right? This would be like a konsetsuge. That's like to the knees. But it's right there. And keep yourself away, you know? A lot of people get grabby. Tan Sao and Bong Sao? Is that how you say that? I'm super white, so. I can't, you're gonna understand what I mean, Wing Chun Philosopher, but there's like a sudden heaviness at the very end of that, where it's just like, you know, bam, it feels really nice. It's like super aligned here. I can like really inflect hard. Very cool. Is it difficult to fight with a tall guy or not? Yes, it is. If they know how to fight, yeah. Well, and it really depends, right? Because the people that I fought that were super tall were very much traditional martial artists, karate, taekwondo. So they had the distance control, right? The long range kicks, the long shots. And to beat taller people, you need to get inside their effective range, right? So you need to make it so they're like choked up and they can't do anything, and you're on the inside, pam, pam, pam. Problem is, with Taekwondo people, they're like here, and they're just ready to, bam! And they'll say like, I'm gonna sidekick you, and it's like, no, you won't. I'm gonna go offline and do it, and then, boom. In Wing Chun, you can bong, even in public. Hell yeah. Karate Andrew Tate, yes, hello. Yeah, I need a counter. Tate, Murr, and then the wild cards that come in. Do some deep stance work, right? I mean, I want a stanky leg, but that's the only real reason for me to get into those stances, is to get stanky, okay? Make money. Shisochin is one of my favorite kata. It's got like a lot of my favorite moves. These are really unique. You know, you don't see them anywhere else. Seipai is another one. I think we've probably stolen a lot. It's like, right, this is like a rolling over when someone's got a double hand. You like, it's like a swimming technique. Elbow. Groin strike. Here we go. Kinteki is what they call it. Boom. Boom. Shabam. So you open them up. And then you do this move, which is not, it's very much in line here. Again, I think very Wing Chun coded. Kyokushin or Shotokan? I have trained with Shotokan or with Kyokushin people. I've had a couple Kyokushin senseis at my black belt test, but I've done more Shotokan. That's not my primary. I'm a Goju Ryu guy. Ishin Ryu, right? Also Shito Ryu. Shotokan is my least favorite. What up, Ick Flip? Hello. It's good to see you. Nice little thrust there. Well, you got to engage everything, you know? I've seen Chinese fights. They're usually not tall. When they fight, show them the power of the dark side. I don't want to hit Bob today, and like I have to pull him from around the back, and it's like a whole bitch. I can show you the power of love. You like that? Actually, let's do Sai. I'm feeling a little flashy. We got the good gi on that's not torn to bits. Although the one that's torn to bits is my favorite. I've been patching it, but it takes for fucking ever to repair canvas. At least for me. I have a friend who's 6'7", 320. Christ. He doesn't know martial arts. He told me I'm too small to hurt him. So I calf kick him and he collapsed. Yeah, you know, that's the thing is, people that have that kind of weight are not wrong in that they have quite a bit of power behind any kind of hands they throw. But if you're not trained, it's... Bob's sleeping. Yeah. He sleeps with his eyes open. My uncle slept with his eyes open. He's kind of... That uncle is, I worry. Like the new studio backdrop you put together. Thank you. Thank you. I've been playing around with like which tiles we go red with. But I like the framing here. So we got the good contrast with the black and the white, and I'm pale as hell, so it works. But you know, I want you to be able to see the Sai. Nicho Sai. I always hook the uniform. Drives me bonkers. And my sensei's like, just don't do it. And it's like, just don't. Oh, I never considered just not doing it. Oops. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Either you're tiny or that room is huge. It's, I'm normal. The room is normal. I think it's the, I'm not good at social media. I don't understand camera angles with the phone, especially. I would love to stream horizontally and then everything would look normal, but no one shows up to horizontal streams, it feels like. Do you know Budo? Yeah, to a degree. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do the karate part of it. Not only because it's like my favorite style, it's just fun. You know, it's like the first one I ever started with. But it like lends itself to the. I like the dough, the lifestyle, right? The bettering of yourself, you know, through asceticism, things like that. All the stuff that, you know, they talk about in the martial arts and very few people actually buy into or practice. Raphael. Yeah, I'm more of a Michelangelo, I think, with the chucks. I can't skateboard for shit, though. So, you know, if you came here for kickflip tutorials, I'm sorry. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta get up early in the morning. Oh, Santazar. Konbanwa, sweet dreams. Dream of me. I hope you do. And I appreciate you stopping by. It's gonna be a short night for me too, so you're not gonna miss too much. Raymond Andre, that's a very long name. Strickland for president? I don't know. He's a good boxer, but he has some interesting opinions on like women's rights. I don't know that I agree with. Ick flip tutorials. You're the one that's got to give us the ick flip tutorials. You're not supposed to have two weapons at once. What's your opinion about Chinese martial arts? I like them. They are, I mean, that's where karate came from. They called it Chinese hand. Japanese emperor shows up. He's like, that stuff's dope. What is it? And they're like, don't you dare say Chinese hand. The Japanese emperor will freak out. So they switched around a little bit. I think a lot of the Chinese martial arts focus heavily on the performance aspect and the like wellness and like just the physical training aspect. Do Tai Chi practitioners need to spar? No, I don't really care. What women's rights? Tell me about it. Let me. Yeah. I'll let everyone know when they finally get up to standard, which it's 2026. You need a take counter. Yes, I do. Let's Meishiha Yahyodo Toyamaryu Zen Nihon. I don't recognize a lot of those. They sound like sort of offshoots or blends, maybe. It's just so fun. Yeah. Oh, wrestling better than karate? Yeah. Look, wrestlers are monsters. Okay. Not only are wrestlers able to like physically move people around in space, their spines are like crazy strong. They can be like upside down and backwards, and they're like, I'm good. Animals. Like wrestling, if I could recommend one physical skill that people use to like control another person, wrestling. Because you can throw an elbow. You don't need a ton of training to throw an elbow or a hammer fist, but the ability to surf on top of people's like movement and then to control them, huge. Right? I mean, I think a lot of wrestlers could take a lot of BJJ guys. Show us a trick. Like what, Richard? Do you admit Chinese martial arts are far better than any other? I wouldn't say they're better. I'd say they're older than a lot of martial arts. It's not that some are better than others, right? Because like a front kick is a teep, is a whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's all kind of the same stuff. We just like to call it different things and codify, you know, oh, it's this, we circle this way and that makes us unique. I'm not big on I've practiced a bunch of different things, and so I'm sort of a blend of everything. High school wrestlers are the strongest people on earth. Yeah, because they have all of the testosterone and none of the injuries, and they're young, so they're like invincible essentially. I don't think they should make them cut weight. I think that's very bad for a young brain, particularly. I love your humility and open mind. Good stuff. Thank you, Soda. That's me. And that's the thing is like, I've been around the block, you know? I've done the Ezekiel chokes. I've done the mount escapes, you know, the side control, butterfly sweeps, you know. I've done all these things. That isn't my jam, right? I'm a striker. So this is just my practice. My karate involves sprawls. My karate includes Muay Thai powerhouse, like power roundhouse kicks. My karate involves elbows, knees, right? All sorts of things. Pushing, squeezing. You really underestimate, like if you just grab someone's fingers and just crunched them, like you could do some damage, but like squeezing isn't a punch or a kick. So everyone, you know, no one cares about it. Do a backflip, that's funny. I wish I could. He has a strong mental, that's true. Did martial arts teach you patience in a way? Kind of. I already was pretty patient and like disciplined. So I already had a lot of the stuff that, but what it did teach me is my limits are not that low, right? So I made a video on this where I did a 30-minute horse stance, which I've never done before in my life. And to prove the point of like, it's not about, it's mental, it's not about your legs. No training for it. No, I didn't warm up. I just threw a timer down, did this, talked for half a goddamn hour, and you know, you learn like, it's not really patience, it's more that, it's more endurance, right? And not even like enduring lactic acid, but like enduring being uncomfortable, getting hit. You know, martial artists, we come home with the blood and like the bruises, and you just kind of go, you know? Wing Chun philosopher. Many martial arts focus on particular ranges over a singular, well-rounded style. It's hard to find. Exactly. Wing Chun gets a lot of flack because they work in a very close, direct range. And it's like, that's not maximum power. And it's like, I know. We're not trying to go for maximum power because, Gladys is not capable of maximal knockout power. That's a bad idea for her, right? Taekwondo, right? They're only long range. They don't have a lot of answers for anything close range. They don't even practice it, or like, I don't know that hands even score in tournaments. I want to get into some kind of martial arts to improve my mental as well. Just seems like a lot to get into at 28. It's only as much as you want it to be, right? I have taken things way too seriously in my life, and I've gotten a bunch of injuries and all that stuff. You don't have to be devoted 7 days a week, karateka, right? You sit in seiza and you do your meditations, right? You can scale it, right? You can do it casually and just pick it up kind of on the side. It's not something that it's not like you got to marry it. You know what I mean? 30 minutes horse stance is brutal. It's surprisingly not. Look, I want you to watch the video because I'm on YouTube, but watch the video, try and do the horse stance with me, okay? Because I was pretty sure after 5 or 10 minutes, I was going to be like, see guys, 10 minutes is a lot. I did it, and then I just kept going, and it actually felt like it was worse from like minute 3 to minute 8, and then after that, it actually got better. So try it. I'm telling you, try it. You think it's brutal, that means it is brutal. You feel me? Martial arts can be like a meditation in a sense, but it also disciplines and helps your self-esteem. Yes, confidence, and it is a moving meditation, right? And that's what kata is for a lot of people. Everyone's like, you can't fight with kata, and it's like, I might have multiple reasons to do things. I have a heavy bag to practice power. I have sparring partners to practice my fight IQ. Kata is a moving meditation for me. It lets me focus on the technique. I can get rid of work, all of the daily stresses, right? I am focused on the next movement. My breath, my explosiveness, my arrival, my presence, my zanshin, right? That's what it's for. It's not for turning you into the winner of the chuckin. 28 is young, yes, and you're at a prime age. 27, 28 was my physical peak where like I still had all of the hormones and the young like joints and things like that, where I had the maximum, like I was a power lifter, I was the strongest I'd ever been. And then after that, I started to taper off. So right now, whatever you can get in right now, it's gonna be so much easier to maintain later, right? So every year that you wait, it's gonna be harder. Front load it all now. You're 28. Do it now, get to 35, you'll be amazing, and then you can coast and maintain that strength for a long time. It'll be very easy. You have lots of time, yes. I'm a 50-year-old wrestling coach. Hell yeah. So this guy's got some strength. I can tell you right now. I bet you Soda could like rip an apple in half, right? At what age did you start training? I started at 10 years old. I was getting bullied at school, and I was really upset. I was like the nerdy, smart kid, you know. So I got picked on, and I didn't know what to do, right? And I was just like clearly frustrated. Mom was like, well, there's a karate place down the street. Turns out the sensei from the closest karate dojo to where I was living at that time was run by the green fucking Power Ranger, Jason David Frank. He played Tommy, okay? My very first sensei was the Green Power Ranger. I have to bring it up like every fucking stream because, hello, it's incredible. All right, I have pictures, there's a video. Go check it out when you're done looking at my chest here, okay? I talk all about it. He had his own style. It was very American karate. So he's the one that taught me nunchucks. Here, oops. I don't practice the sequence because it's like here, here, there's a forward section. But he taught me all the flashy stuff I know with the nunchucks. When you get into old school karate, you don't do figure eights and you don't do, it's very much like singles. Did we catch that on mic? It's very much a single strike or like one circle, right? So you're like in these, you're not these like big flashy, God, that hurt. These big flashy positions, right? You're in these like tiny things and then bam! And then you do like one circle over the head and then bam again. It's very much like just smash. Brock Lesnar in the UFC was a bit scary. A bit? The genetic freak, Brock Lesnar? I think he's like doing a comeback, right? He's getting back into shape. I mean, the dude's still pushing steroids heavily, clearly. Which, whatever, I don't really care, right? He'd shoot a double leg at 3/4 length of the cage and take the person down. Like, the diverticulitis really hurt his MMA career. Yeah, and that sucks. Like, I mean, he's a genetic freak, right? But even him, eventually, the tissues start to wear down. Probably the diet that it took to maintain that kind of size. And, you know, back in the day, people weren't eating like athletes, right? Particularly wrestlers. I'm going to get into it eventually. Professional wrestling? That's sick. I met what is it, like a luchador? Like a masked professional wrestler from Mexico. He was like 5'3" or 4". He did backflips. He was like built like a tank, but he was just super acrobatic, long hair. I did a independent martial arts film with him. Malik, for example, if you know martial arts, you just want peace in some way. If so, I'm beast with you. You don't want to fight them at all costs, even if they push you. Yeah, exactly. Because you know what it looks like when someone gets their bell rung or they get brain damage or, you know, some guys like, I'm a new blue belt in BJJ, and then he like tears the AC, like the meniscus, or the, any of the tendons in the knee of this 40-year-old hobbyist who has like a wife and two kids, and you know not appropriate. But yeah, most people that really know how to fight, they aren't the ones that are like, I could kick your ass. They're like, dude, I don't want to deal with this. Like, it's just gonna be a headache. I'm gonna have to fill out a police report. I don't want to do that. We got this, guys. Exactly, Richard. We had a good convo last stream. We usually do, Ickflip. Is it costly to get into it? To martial arts? It can be. Especially like a lot of MMA places are going to be more expensive. Um, in my experience, the traditional old school guys, they're a lot smaller dojos. They usually don't charge very much. I usually see between like $50 and $70 a month. I was part of a more competition style dojo for several years. The prices there were very high. I mean, it's sort of an expensive area to live in. That was like $150 a month. When I was doing Krav and kickboxing and a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of the grappling, um, I paid $200 a month, but I got unlimited access to all of those different styles, right? The BJJ, the Krav, everything. So I I paid a heavy price, but then I did like 15 plus hours of training every week. So I got my money's worth, but it really depends on where you're living. And then I'd also say the cost doesn't always tell you who's like, it's not proportional. Like the people that charge the most are not always the best. You got to shop around a little bit if you want to really like monthly. Yeah, not too bad. Here's the thing, Ickflip. I would always recommend you go to a live person, right? But if that's not possible for you, it's often going to be cheaper to do stuff online. I'm biased, of course, but I'm going to be doing some classes online. The monthly stuff that I'm looking at doing is not going to be expensive. For basic group classes, we're probably talking in the $10, $15 range, and then private lessons, I've always gone very cheap. Um, I did this when I was teaching ballroom dance, teaching regular dance. Um, I want to teach you more than I want to like bleed you dry, right? So if you need training and the price point is a problem, talk to me and we will work something out to where you can get some training. If that's what you want, and but I would highly recommend you go check out your local area. You might find little boxing gyms tucked away in places. You just don't know to look for them. And they don't always advertise. Brock Lesnar's daughter is scary. Dude! Yeah, you can see the genes. And it's just like all just yolk. Just like ox. Clownzilla. My only advice is to research the gym prior to going into it. Yeah, and it can be frustrating to have to do that. It's like, I got to audition people, but yeah, I mean, especially if, some people work with little kids and they shouldn't. You know what I mean? So you do have to like shop around. And here's the thing though, most places will offer you either a free class or maybe a free week to try it out. So you can shop around and get a little bit of free training before making a choice, usually. There's a lot of great coaches out there, and then there's a lot of bad being training nonsense. 20 been training since 24, I'm now 40. Hell yeah. Thanks for the info, bro. That's what we do here. We support each other. When I trained with the Red Ranger, same time you were age 10 with Jason, I was in my 30s, not starstruck. I mean, I was starstruck at first, but I took it so seriously as a 10-year-old. I was just like, yes, sensei, I will do anything. I loved it. That shin shot you took will never beat a craze from a toe hitch. Oh. Yeah, toe hitch is, you have to manufacture that thing. Hey Chisel, welcome back. Still waiting for send location. I know. I know. I'm shaking in my boots, you know. Hitch off the shin is the worst. You called me out, and I'm waiting for you. I told you I would destroy your technique. You did. You did. You also missed earlier when I bashed myself in the knee. Let's see if I have any. Okay, we're not bruising yet. If I get a bruise, maybe I'll make a post about it. Can I do that on YouTube? I don't know. Funny that my training partners years prior all made fun of the Rangers. No idea how much they would later impact my life. Yeah, well, and it was a different time, right? Like nowadays it's like, oh, that's like a little cheesy or what, and it's like, yeah, you missed it. You weren't there. It was the perfect amount of, and they took a lot of it from, like, the show is like primarily Japanese, right? So I mean, they do things a little bit bigger. Edward the Great, you ever boxed? Well trained? If so, could you show me a jab? Sure, I'll show you a jab. Sure. Let's see if you can catch it. Okay. So I like to kind of pre-rotate so that, because I'm not trying to blast you, right? I'm just trying to throw it out there. Pop, pop, pop. And I don't turn all the way. I kind of go quarter fist, right? Just enough to engage the delt, but not enough to, like, I don't get a lot from this. This fits in between a guard pretty good. So I'll turn over the cross just because you have the extra time. But with a jab, I'll just throw it basically straight out. Pop, pop. And I'll often have this hand kind of low. I like to, like, fuck with people's lead arms. I like to, like, pull on it and, be annoying and just, like, put a lot of pressure here. So then I'll, like, do this, over the top, climb. Let's set a date and sign the contract, big boy. Big boy. Sign the contract. He looks like Caillou. Oh my God. I hate that little bastard. He looks like he weighs about 120 pounds. You're wrong, but thank you. Are you saying I'm thin? Good one, man. He's never heard that one. Yeah, exactly. See, the regulars are picking up on, like, the patterns already. That's why I do it. I do it for you. Kickflip, it's all for you, sweetheart. Tornado Tom, wow. The tone's really shifting. Andrew Tate wannabe even tries to speak like him. I don't. I can't remember what we called you, though. I remember you being like the McDonald's ice cream machine. Broke all the time. KP, do you think the rise of MMA has hurt the singular martial arts school, and that's why they charge less? I mean, it used to be that the only place you could learn martial arts was at a dojo, belts. So it's like, oh, you have to buy the uniform. Oh, there's a belt test. You need to pay me a fee. And I do look short, huh? You need to pay me a fee and you need to buy the belt. Like, I don't buy into that, But yeah, I think the accessibility has taken people that normally would have been forced into a traditional space. And it's like, it's definitely more accessible, right? A lot less, like, a lot of people are not into bowing and go, yes, sensei, or like shouting. Some people aren't into it. So, hey, Chisel, no one believes you. A phobia means you're afraid. What is homophobic? Being afraid of being gay. I feel like people that are afraid of other gay people are just gay people that they're not aware of it yet, But again, that cognitive dissonance really, like, it tears them apart. So they have to externalize it into other people. No, you're gay. Not me, not me. Right? Come on. Come on, Mr. Rich. Come on. I got to get dinner soon. All right? Since I only weigh 120 pounds, Oh, I'm only 120 pounds. Oh, it's too bad all of that isn't extremely functional muscle. Tell me I'm wrong. We got 5 minutes, folks, and then it's dinner time. You called me out. I feel like you called me out first, and I just fed off your energy. I'm a wrestler, and I'm 160. So that's a dense 160, right? You're probably worth 175, 180. Ickflip, your message did not come through earlier, or I missed it. I try and read everything. But you should make a Discord or something to bring the community together. Could set up classes there too, because I'm very interested once it's set up. The Discord is being set up. I mean, not as we speak because I'm streaming, but the Discord. I'm gonna link it to everything else. I'm trying to get ahead of when the monetization stuff unlocks, members and all that stuff. So I'll have options here on YouTube. We'll have some free options. We'll have some cheap options. Then we'll have Patreon, some cheap group options. We'll also have, private lessons if you're interested. And, there'll be a lot of I'm working on a lot of things. So master classes, courses, all kinds of stuff. So I wanna hook you up. Okay? Your skills are useless. You have no fight skills. Your skills are useless. Oh no. I'm a wrestler 5'9", 190. Damn. Wing Chun philosopher, how do you feel currently about the UFC? I was a fan from the start as I was introduced to BJJ at the start of UFC 1. Nice. I even went to the events in Las Vegas, but Dana White and politics fucked it. Yeah, I don't know what it is that attracts the Chads to BJJ, but there's like the community that's like pretty wholesome, and then there's a big section of the community that's like we're alpha wolves and it's jungle law and like very very like bro coded. I don't know what it is. I think it's something about squeezing another man, like something about that. But early UFC, we had like style fights, right? The stuff that we talk about nowadays, but we rarely see, where it's like karate versus boxing, or, pancrase versus like a wrestler who doesn't know shit about boxing. That was super cool. I mean, I like the MMA and everyone knows more and the game's been elevated, but yeah, I definitely feel less interested. It feels like even like 5, 6 years ago, there were people with very definitive styles. You had the Wonder Boys, Anderson Silva, Dominic Cruz has like an interesting, unique style. I don't really follow UFC anymore because, well, I just got kind of tired of it. And, I don't see big names with big styles, big personalities, like Style Bender, people like that. That was sort of the end of when I was following it. But I'm just not as interested anymore. There's plenty of fight footage for me to watch and study. And yeah, the politics is like, I don't know why. It feels like you're leaving money on the table by like why does an organization or a corporation have to have any kind of political stance? You know what I mean? Just sell fight tickets to everybody. Sweet, I'm excited. Ickflip, me too. I'm super excited. I'm really just trying to figure out what everyone wants, right? Not everyone wants to do karate, so just getting the time to like, I'm filming stuff. I filmed 2 days ago, I filmed tonight, I'm filming later this week, I'm filming this weekend, so we're working on it, baby. I can help with Discord and site setup. Thank you, Ickflip. I will probably take you up on that. Maybe make you a mod, something like that. I will need help because I'm very not tech minded, so I forget. It's okay to be scared. Thank you, Hey Chisel. I appreciate your permission. Did you do any point tournaments? Yeah, I've done point tournaments. I don't really enjoy point fighting, particularly in tournaments. I very much like, I don't want the fight to be over immediately. I want to play, right? So I want to build up strategy. I want to like set up rhythms so that I can then break the rhythm but I can't do any of that if the moment anyone touches, oh, no, back up. It's like, I can't, I can't build good fakes because there's not even any time, right? So you need the time, and I much preferred the old school sparring I did back in the day, where it was just you get kicked in the groin, you should have defended that, right? You get hit in the nose, you bleed all over the place, fight's not over. That was the coolest thing. But points is easier, especially as you get older. It's like I can't take damage for free anymore. So it's a little bit better for that. It teaches control, but you know, the other thing is there's not a lot of people in my divisions, right? So now that I'm a black belt, it's a little bit better. But before, as an adult, at like later ranks, you don't find a lot of people. Most people that do karate in particular, they're either very young, or if they're older, usually they've been in it for a very long time, so they're mostly black belts, right? So the pool is just not very wide. So I didn't have a ton of talent to fight against. So sometimes I would win these tournaments, and it's like I don't even feel good about that, because like that guy's like 20 years older than me, and he's like awkward, and I'm like a professionally trained dancer, and I like question mark kick. It's like it's not really fair. So I don't like have a lot of pride in some of those wins, but I've done it, and if you are interested in doing it, I can help you win. Right, those are the guys I train to defend myself from. I don't want to hang with them much. Yeah, you and me both. Show me a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I don't know what that means. I will expose you on your own YouTube live and prove you're a fake YouTube fighter. Oh, shit. He caught me, guys. He caught me. Fuck. Hey, Chisel, you got nothing better to do right now. I think Hey Chisel's having a little fun with us. Why are you obsessed with fighting this guy? He's not going to be baited. And that's what kills the bait is, you want to fight me? Okay. Let's roll. I'm freshly shaved, right? So when you try and pull me down for all of the things that you want me to do to you, I'm going to slip right off. Liver shot. As an example, a hypothetical example. Because he called me out last week. I have a feeling Hey Chisel will never let it go. Sonny, I'm not gay. I farted in a cup and took a good whiff. Everyone likes their own supply. I mean, depending on what you're eating. 1 week of him living in your head rent-free. Exactly. See, they've seen the abs, and like that's in there, and it's going to come up at an inopportune time, and that's for them to discover later. I'm a mod on multiple channels. A man of power and influence, I see. Soda, he said we can spar, and now he's not sending a location to the gym. That is true. Have you ever accidentally zipped your zipper on your ween? Yeah. Sucks. Are you guys even in the same city? Yes. I have a feeling Hey Chisel is right outside. Kyle, if you decide to take me up on it, my Discord is, I'm not going to read it out loud, just in case. But I will write that down. Thank you. See, I have a list of my core crew. All right? That's a good name. I'm still putting stuff together, but I will definitely let you know when it's about ready to go. Thank you, Ickflip. I appreciate it. I definitely need help. My fake ass YouTube fighter. Yeah. See, I know how to fight. I know how to box. It hurts me to even do that. Bags and mirrors don't hit back. Yours might not, but mine has. Did bro just say he's freshly shaved like a Brazilian? I cut probably more than a Brazilian hairs. You've never taken a punch to the face. I have bled through. You probably were in the stream where I explained this, but I've bled through 3 different gi tops just from the nose, and I bled here, here. Okay, lots of weird places. He's losing it. How could you be a fake YouTube guy when you're clearly a guy and you are on YouTube? That's true. You know, although I did fail a robot CAPTCHA recently. I don't understand why. He doesn't shave, he waxes. Waxing, as described by a previous viewer, is my greatest weakness. I'm like Samson. This is the source. Andrew Tate is Andrew Timu. This guy is Timu Timu. Yo, you fucking got me! Okay, you look like Caillou with a beard. That's funny. I think you said that earlier, though. No worries, man. Can we at least have feet pics, please? I mean, if you watch my other videos, you'll get plenty of feet pics. So why don't you give me some engagement? And you get the feet pics, and you can do whatever you want with those. You almost sound like Michael Scott from The Office. Your teeth are bright, bright yellow. Yeah, years of smoking did that. And lots of dark tea. What if I don't know what that is. What if it sits on you? He kind of does sound like Michael Scott. Interesting. I've never heard that before. Karate overrated. Yeah, probably. Alive and gay. He sounds a lot like him. Kickflip. It's ickflip, but yes. It's crazy. I was just listening to him. I'll have to record myself and play it back. Sonny, I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you're gay. That's great. Michael Scott's a great compliment. It's my favorite show. I can hear it for sure. Interesting. Stop touching your chest. It reminds me of your uncle. Oh, really? I don't think your uncle had this kind of chest, though. That's the thing. Okay. You like this? The prodigal son returns. Ooh, no, we don't show those kind of comments, and I get very upset with those kind of comments. A Latina baddie that's overweight. Oh yeah. You're speaking my language. Hello, handsome. Thank you. Hello to you. Dang, you're cool. Thank you, Laser. I appreciate that. I can get very hot in a lot of ways. Okay, this way, also the hot-headed way. When I'm warm and I go outside, it looks like my head's on fire. It's very cool. Michael's the funniest character in any show. He's a great actor. KP, karate and kung fu got overrated due to all the movies. Mainly karate because of the Karate Kid movies. Yeah, and the karate and Karate Kid sucks fucking donkey nuts, okay? The TV show, Cobra Kai, oh my God, it drives me fucking bonkers. Because these kids are like they do kata and it's like, and then they get a fucking black belt because they go to the tournament. And it's like, oh my God, they're making it worse. There are martial artists that can act. But we don't want to pay them for some reason. It drives me bonkers. You look so handsome, brother. Thank you. Kung Fu Panda. Anytime I come back here, he will forever be remembered as Michael Scott. I got to keep a list of all the people I am, according to chat. Because it's surprising, sometimes flattering. BBL or BBC? Depends. It's Monday, so it's early in the week. We did it again. When did you receive your black belt? I got my first black belt when I was 33. Is there a reason you're being theatrical? That's just how I am. I'm a bit of a performer. Would you like to see something? I should have gone to bed. You should braid your chest hair. It's not really like it's not. It's actually pretty soft, so it's difficult to braid. You were not the first to suggest it. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Start wearing wigs, all kinds of wigs. I got wigs. Have you ever got punched in your face? Yes. I've been punched in the nose many times. I've bled all over. I've been punched so hard that my teeth have like torn into my cheek. I've had my jaw like rocked pretty hard where like I had to get like a chiropractor to like adjust me a little bit. Not that I love chiropractors necessarily. Yeah, I've been hit in the face. I've been hitting the ears. I've been hitting the temple. I've been hitting the back of the head. I've been hitting the throat. Let's roll. You want to roll? Okay. Do you pull guard? Because I'm not a pull guard kind of guy. Gonna sleep, brother. Oh, sick flip. Good chats. As always. I will hit you up on Discord. I will let you know when classes are coming out, and don't worry, we're gonna get you taken care of. Which martial arts do you practice? Sonny, you're funny. I currently it's hard to say like what I practice because I don't like go to Krav Maga classes anymore. I've got years and years of karate. I've got it's like old school Goju Ryu, Ishin Ryu. I've practiced Shito Ryu as well, Shotokan. I'm technically certified. I hate Shotokan, so don't ask me to do it. I've trained with Kyokushin guys, the hardcore stuff. I've done Dutch kickboxing, Krav Maga, a little bit of Muay Thai, like a year and a half. I've done some grappling. It's sort of like a mix of like freestyle wrestling and then some like more what I consider practical BJJ, right? I'm not interested in a bunch of like arm bars. Karate has a bunch of arm bars. It's in Krav Maga, so I don't need that stuff. I have some chokes, some escapes, things like that. So, I mean, I've done capoeira. I've done, man, what else? I forget things sometimes, but I've done a number of things. That's a little funny, Tornado Tom, but not funny enough for me to show. Tornado Tom wants me to show him my tits. There you go. You like that? Karate and Taekwondo, who would win? I like karate better. Taekwondo, it min maxes into the kicks super hard. Karate at least has some hands, elbows, right? There are uppercuts in karate. They just don't practice them because they're fucking dumb. Taekwondo's point scoring adapted karate. Have you ever punched your grandma because she took the last cookie? No. No. None of my grandmother, well, one of them probably wouldn't have fought back. She's way too sweet to strike in any kind of way. And then the other grandmas, they would have kicked my ass. So, no. What martial art do you recommend me to start for a beginner? It depends on what your goals are, what you want. Do you want to get in shape? Do you want to do crazy fancy kicks? Do you want to just be good at fighting? Do you want to compete? What are you looking for? Tornado Taekwondo is different than regular Taekwondo. It uses tornado kicks. Way different than regular Taekwondo or karate, both that have tornado kicks. ITF Taekwondo uses hands. Oh, that's good. That's what she said. Johnny Sins. I've gotten that one before. You aren't the first, but it's like maybe two or three. So that's pretty good. To compete. Okay, so then you need to find a place that is geared towards that, right? And depending on how old you are and all that stuff, that's going to affect things. But you want to like try out places that train other people to do amateur fights. That's probably going to be MMA gyms. I would highly recommend kickboxing. It gives you a lot of the options from the other martial arts, but in a way more practical and direct way, right? Like you can learn a mean switch roundhouse kick, combos, and you can get a question mark kick in a kickboxing class without having to do hours and hours of kata training, right? If you don't want to do the like ich, ni, san, shi, you probably don't want a traditional martial art. Best martial arts for weight loss. I would say something like boxing. When I was doing Krav Maga, we burned, I think it was like 950 calories an hour. And we did multiple hours of it every single day. So whatever is going to keep you moving intensely, right? Boxing is hard not only because you move a lot, but because you're really trying, right? It's not just, but when you're hitting something hard, it's very physical, and it's like sprinting. Fighting is like sprinting. It's not like an endurance match. It is like ga, 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 ga. So I would recommend something that has a lot of classes where you mostly hit a bag, right? It's not going to be a lot of talking. It's like a fitness sort of boxing place. Tang Sodo, nice. My uncle also did karate, but he only taught kids. I don't like teaching kids. It's a lot harder. It's a lot of the basics. And honestly, most of the parents expect you to it's like teach my child to respect me. And it's like, I can't even get them to use the correct side of their butt, like the right leg. You know what I mean? So I can't teach them to obey you at home. What inspired you to start doing a YouTube channel like this? Well, I met several YouTube karate people. Rick Houghton is a person I've taken online classes with. I've done private lessons. And I was not happy with the kind of training I've been used to, right? So I've been to a lot of places where it's like, you have to do only this, exactly this, and if your fingers are not absolutely straight, then that means you're a piece of shit, It's just, it's too min-maxy, and I don't like it. I'm a blended kind of person, and I believe that blend of all the different styles, plus the dance training in particular, gives me sort of a different perspective, not only as someone that I started professionally dancing late in life, so I had to learn to become flexible, graceful as an adult. So the things that I've unlocked, the body awareness, the ability, I'm never going to fall as an old person. I can easily get to the ground and back up, and it's not, and I have a bad back, and it doesn't matter, right? So these things that I've built, it's like a superpower. And it shocked me how close I was from this knowledge that allows me to use my body in all these crazy ways. So other people are totally capable of martial arts, of crazy parkour tricking, whatever, all of their physical superpowers. They just haven't tried the right thing or whatever. So, I just want to inspire people. I want to unlock people's superpowers. I want to empower people. It's like I spent all these years researching, training, going through all of the mistakes and trying way too fucking hard in all these different ways. I just want to give you, I can't remember his name. Cyber Craze was talking about competing, right? I just want to get you straight to competing. I'm not interested in forcing years of kata down your throat or whatever. I just want to give you what you want. You want to do question mark kicks? Let me unlock that for you so you can go play, and it's dope. Wrestling. Yeah, yeah. Well, they also, the kind of weight loss they do in wrestling is not super healthy. Why is your butt itchy, Sonny? That is a personal problem. Hemorrhoids, huh? Weren't you a manager in an office? I'm 16. I don't know if it's a bad age to start. No, not at all. And, it's harder when you're young and you don't have your own, maybe like transportation, let alone like you don't have your own kind of finances to just like go to whatever gym you want. It can be harder, right? You have fewer options. But it's a great time to start looking into things, try a bunch of stuff, and then over the next year or two or whatever, you'll figure out what you really like and what you want and what you definitely don't want. And then you can fully explore that. You have so much time. There is no real bad age to start unless you're like 110 and in the hospital. Boxing, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai. All great. Yeah, I mean, all of it's all sort of the same thing. It's how it's trained, right? Some classes are very light and others are super hardcore. So it kind of depends. John Jones started when he was 19 or 20. I didn't take a dance class until I was 19 years old, and then I did it professionally 4 years later. Maybe next week. I didn't know John Jones started at 19. I didn't know that either. He's also a freak of nature. Yes. So, but here's the thing. Let's say you're not a freak of nature. Okay. So you're not going to rocket ship straight to the top of the UFC, okay? Much like almost every other person on the planet. That's fine. You can still be really, really, really fucking good without ever getting close to John Jones. I took a shower tonight. Good for you, Tornado Tom. I'm proud of you. If you want to have a hot wife, a mansion, and a hot rod, make sure you're doing Sambo. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Sonny hasn't taken a shower for a year. I lost 35 pounds doing intermittent fasting. It costs nothing and works great. And that's the thing. Everyone wants like, oh, if I get this like product or this gear. Everyone loves the gear, right? If I have the optimal gear, I'll be going twice as fast. So I might as well not do it. No. Weight loss is about its math. If you're not losing weight, you're not removing enough calories. That's it. It's really it. But you can't sell people that. And so this guy's all the aura. I'm headed to bed. Oh, it's KP. I'm a little behind on chat as always. I appreciate you stopping by. NBA 2K? NBA 2K is like a battle of wills and common sense. Give us money for being here and watching your stream. Give us money for being here supporting you. He owes me $20. He owes everybody that's been here for over 10 minutes, that's for sure. But yeah, you should be paying Sonny at least 20 bucks. Is it expensive? I don't know. Did you see Conor getting paid $15 million for boxing? But yeah, UFC champs make like $6,000 or something. That's Dana. Dana hates his fighters. True. Hey, if you do something flashy, we'll give you a bonus, but, we'll only do one, so compete for daddy's attention. You might have some of the worst followers. I'm not worried about it. And I don't know that everyone here, all the trolls are following, and that's fine. I don't care. We got loyal followers that are going to learn, that are going to upskill, upgrade, max their power. Then we got some others that are going to troll, and they're getting what they want out of this. I'm not a follower. I'm just talking to a couple of fellow MMA fans. Yeah. Fake ass YouTube fighter. Well, since I'm my ego is so thoroughly bruised. Um, I'm internally hemorrhaging uh, pride. So I think what I'm going to do is get some dinner, gain some weight so that I can fight in, your mama's weight class, and then we'll go from there. You can't even throw a jab, right hook, jab, right hook. See, the rear hand I do turn over because it's about range, okay? I'm not going to turn over right here because that's fucking stupid. That's offensive because my grandpa was a master troll from 4chan. Well, I remember 4chan, okay? Peace. Oh, have a great night. You too, Soda. Appreciate you stopping by. Your grandma was a Reddit mod. You don't know the first thing about fighting. Well, you got me. So now I have to quit, and I have to give up my black belt, and I have to crawl into the hole I came out of. So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you for engaging with me. Hey Chisel, we still got our fight, okay? I'm just giving you a little extra time to train up, okay? Os. Domo arigatou konbanwa, everybody. Okay, trolls and all. Okay, one more shot. One more shot of this. Okay. Okay. Good night, everyone. I love you.